What's up, guys? Ron Harris here for Ron Harris Muscle. Thanks for joining me live. We got a very important announcement from Samson Dauda just yesterday on his Instagram. The first question that was answered was the burning question ever since he parted ways with Milos Sarcev shortly after the Arnold Classic, Ohio. And speculation abounded. Who was he going to go with for a coach? Was he going to go with Chad? Was he going to go with Matt Jansen? Was it be, oh boy, there was any number of guys he could have gone with, any top name coaches, but he's going with his wife, Marlena. He's going to stick with Marlena. And furthermore, check this out. He announced he will be prepping for the Olympia, not at home in the UK, but at Oxygen Gym in Kuwait. Yes. This was the post right here. So he says, on to the next chapter coming this summer. I'll be joining the O2 teams under the watchful eye of Badr Boudet and the Oxygen team while being coached by my wife, Marlena. I want to say thank you to Badr Boudet and the O2 teams for being so welcoming to me and my wife. Truly appreciate this opportunity. A lot of us were immediately saying, this is crazy. Why would he do this? I'm going to have just his posing routine running in the background while I'm talking about that. He's got a brand new home in the UK that he just bought last year. He's got a massive Cane Corso dog. His wife isn't allowed. No women are allowed inside Oxygen Gym. Why would he possibly go there? It did not make any sense. He's got, good amount of money. He's got an awesome house, awesome car. Why would he possibly be doing this? It just didn't make sense to a lot of us. We'll look into some reasons that were offered as speculation, and then we'll get to your questions about your theories about that. We'll stop this screen. Yeah, we'll go back to that because I wanted to run some in the comments for this. There was actually some. Here it goes. So why would he do this? Number one, this guy, the hungry mulatto. Okay, flexibility to move wife and dog to Kuwait. So okay, he's taking his dog with him. Okay, I didn't know he could do that. I didn't know that was an option, that he could take that massive dog all the way to Kuwait instead of having it boarded for a few months. Hostile subs exposure to the Middle East market. Sure, that's a great thing. Fuad's got to be happy with that. It's a huge market over there for bodybuilding and fitness. Why not? Number three, salary and bonuses paid by Badr. That's important. He's already being paid a good salary, well into the six figures by Hostile Supplements. But, other income that he's coming in, other than prize money, what does he have going on? I think he might have some clothing sponsorships or whatever. But here's an opportunity to get paid to do what he was going to do anyway. He was going to train and prep for the Olympia anyway. Why not get paid an additional salary just to do that? And Badr Boudet, the owner and founder of Oxygen Gyms and the leader of the Camel Crew, made him that offer. He wants him to represent Oxygen Gyms, just like Brandon Curry's been doing for many years now, for about 2017, about 8 years now. Brandon Curry and Big Rami represented them for many years. Ahmad Ashkanani for many years. I believe he still does. Nathan DeAsha was representing them. They've had plenty of top athletes on their team over the years. And in this case, Samson must have negotiated it. This isn't confirmed. This is just speculation from someone called the Hungry Mulatto. That salary and bonuses. So bonuses would be that, if he wins the Olympia, maybe he'll match. Maybe Badr will match the prize money. Why not? He's got plenty of money. So 400 grand times two. And he might have a policy. He might have it in his contract with Hostile that they match his prize winnings. A lot of companies do that. So right there it would be $1.2 million if he won the Olympia. Not too shabby a payday. And the fourth, accommodations, food, and supplements, all inclusive. So yes, he has a nice house back in the UK. I don't know what he's going to do. Let it stay dormant. Maybe rent it out. I don't know what he plans to do with that. But he's got to keep paying the mortgage on that. But at the same time, he's getting all his living expenses and all his food expenses, which are considerable. And the supplements, we're talking special supplements too here, of course, all being paid for. So why not? Excellent choice. This would be one of the best training facilities in the world to grab the opportunity with both hands. So Marlena is going to continue to coach him. I had initially, when I saw this post, before I even read it, I was like, oh, well, Abdullah Al-Tabi will probably coach him. He's been the head coach at Oxygen for many years, although Giles said he's no longer the head coach, but he's still working with the team in some capacity. But he's going to be able to live bodybuilding with, not that he wasn't doing that already, but now he's going to have people pushing him. night and day. Every workout's going to be pushed to the limit. Every meal is going to be under supervision. His wife will be there. She can't go in the gym, but I'm laughing, but it's a different culture. And maybe it's not such a bad thing to not have women in the gym, guys, when you think about it. Let's go to stop that screen. I'm gonna bring this back up again. Shows routine. Let's go to some of your comments. Let's get going. Gutierrez, let's go. Dave Mays, what's up, Ron? Sacco Jesse, me and my buddy Matt Show were talking about this yesterday. Yeah, Sacco, a lot of people are talking about this because, the first bombshell that he dropped was Marlena, who coached him for the Arnold UK, which was only 2 weeks after the Arnold Ohio, but she dialed him in. He looked better at the Arnold UK. She's clearly capable. She was his coach for the post-Olympia shows last year. Apparently that came out later that although technically on paper, Milos was his coach at the time still, but his wife, Marlena, she took the reins for those last shows, the Romania Muscle Fest. And did he do another one? So she's more than capable of coaching him. The idea that people say, well, if he had this coach or that coach, they say, what if he had Boss of Outlaw? What if he had Chad? What if he had, there's all Matt Jansen. There's a whole slew of top name coaches, Chris Aceto. And a lot of people who are fans of one particular coach for whatever reason think that that's the coach that could get him the Olympia title, as if it's really that easy. Stevie McNeckbeard, I think it's clear he wants it bad. He's hungry, willing to make the sacrifices. People have talked about Oxygen Gym, Kuwait, that whole environment as being like a boot camp where there are literally no distractions. I don't know how many distractions Samson had over there in UK anyway, but here it's your whole life. You wake up, eat, sleep, train, repeat, eat, sleep, train, repeat. I assume he'll be, taking care of his emails and messages and things like that, but that's about it. He's going to be 100% entrenched in his Olympia prep there. Yeah, it's a win-win, Samson. Another Samson. Samson has a very good persona, and Oxygen wishes to use it to promote their gym. Yeah, I mean, he's somebody that is right on the cusp. He's been third place at the Olympia last year, second place to Hadi Chupan at the Arnold, Ohio, and Hadi is definitely one of the favorites to win the Olympia this year, to recapture his Olympia title. Samson's one of the favorites. Of course, we still have Derek. We have Nick Walker. We don't know what Andrew Jack's going to look like. There's some heavy hitters getting to this Olympia. It's Marlena. Is it Marlenka? He wrote Marlena. So it's Marlena is like that woman who used to train Rolly before he became Mass Monster. I don't know if you want to compare her to Grandma. Sybil Peters, that's her real name, who was Rolly Winkler's coach. She was both. She handled the training and the diet and all that. Rolly did part ways with her toward the last couple of years he was competing, and he did pretty well. But yeah, it's the fact that she's the one, Marlena, his wife, is the one who got him into bodybuilding. He was not remotely interested in being a bodybuilder. I think he was a rugby player, and he had an athletic-looking physique, but nothing that would have screamed future Arnold Classic champ, future Mr. Olympia contender. You would never have guessed that. He's put on so much mass. And Marlene is the one that talked him into becoming a bodybuilder. She saw his potential. She's been with him through every single prep that he's done, from his first regional show all the way to Olympias and Arnold Classics. So she knows his body. Stevie again. Also, Samson's like late 30s, so it's the right time, now or never. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's fairly new in the game. I don't think he started competing until, I want to say, like 2015 or so. So less than 10 years, which is not a long time. But yeah, you're right. I think he's about 36 now. Is that right? He's about 36, maybe 37. It's time to get it done. Sure. He won't be in shape. Boxing guys get there too big and not in shape. I don't know. That's true in some cases, but I've seen a lot of their guys who do come in really good condition. And maybe it's not always the top names, but that was the issue with when they were coaching Rami, when Rami was part of the team, was that it seemed like they never wanted to bring him in more streamlined and leaned out. Like I always thought Rami, if he had dropped down to, I don't know, something like in the 270s, he would have been unstoppable. And he was competing anywhere. He competed anywhere from 280 to 300 pounds over his career. But I think he did come down a little bit lighter with Chad and finally won the Olympia. It was another thing that they said, and I don't know if this is true, was the team coaching him over there in Kuwait, they didn't like to see him suffer. So they didn't want to see him doing too much cardio or going too low on the carbs and calories, where Chad didn't give a shit. Chad's like 2 hours of cardio. This is all you get no carbs today. You get no carbs tomorrow. And he had him out there training the final couple months at Dennis James's place out in Arizona. And Dennis had his eye on him the whole time and put him through 2 or 3 posing sessions a day out in, I think it was out in some shed where it was like 120 degrees in there. He worked the crap out of him, and Rami ended up winning the Olympia twice. Raymond Jones, most people are just confused about how this decision will help him improve. Yeah, Raymond, it's people are so divided. It's because coaches have taken on sort of a celebrity status of their own. And a lot of people, they follow a coach the way they follow an athlete. And they believe that whatever coach they think, whether it's Hani or Chad or Cito, Jansen, they think that's the best coach and all the other coaches suck. And the only, or Milos is a good coach too. Let's not leave him out of the conversation. But unless the athlete picks that particular coach, they have no chance of going all the way to the top and winning the Olympia. Any after hours discussion on RX? I'm not aware of Loho. I don't know what they were discussing. Can you fill me in? I don't watch a lot of podcasts. I have nothing against RX podcasts. I don't watch Fuad. I don't really watch that many of them. It's people say I do them. I listen to podcasts when I do my cardio. When I do my cardio, I like to go fast and I need like music. I don't really like because I'm typically, by the time I get to my cardio, it's already starting to get a little later in the late morning, and I need to get home, eat, and do all this stuff and get some work done. So I do shorter, intense 20 to 30 minutes of cardio, and I like to go fast. And that's not, podcasts don't really give me the energy to do that. I like to have really good music. But if you can tell me what the discussion is. Samson is going to auction for that. Mighty Anabolic Chicken Run. You ever had Anabolic Chicken, Arnold? So let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of people are going to say he's going there because they have special drugs or secret drugs or the best drugs, PEDs. Let's just say PEDs. I really don't think Oxygen Gym has access to anything that Samson wouldn't have access to in the UK, or that an American athlete in the US would have access to. I don't think that's the issue. The fact that it's all paid for, that all his expenses are covered, maybe that's an issue, because those of you who use PEDs, especially if you use growth hormone, I've never used IGF-1 because my cheap ass won't spring for it, but that's when things get really expensive. When you're talking about GH and IGF-1 in substantial amounts, a lot of money. So if you can go somewhere where they're going to pay you a salary to train and represent their gym, your living expenses are covered, all your food is covered, and Samson's a big dude. He eats a lot of food, and the PEDs are all covered. Why not? It's a win-win. All he's doing is paying a mortgage on a house back in the UK that no one's living in, or maybe he's going to have someone live there and kick him down some rent or something. I don't know. Loho again. You still didn't tell me what they were talking. Were ever inspired by Steve Reeves? No, I never saw the movies. When I was a kid, I didn't see anything like that. I saw pro wrestlers on TV. I saw the Incredible Hulk on TV. That was inspirational I saw Pumping Iron when it came on when I was like 9 years old. It was on PBS. It's things like that, but I never saw the Steve Reeves movies. Those were before my time, and I don't think they were even rerunning on TV. Raymond, the real question is why Samson unfollowed Milos and Dennis James. Or is he unfollowed or he blocked? I heard that he blocked them, which means they can't see his posts, and he can't see theirs. He can still see theirs, right? But if you block someone, how does that work? Does it go both ways? I blocked people who were like being dicks to me, but I don't even remember how it goes. I can understand he didn't like the drama, all those discussions that were happening, talking about him on Dennis's podcast and the Menace podcast. Great podcast. I was a guest on that. I was actually called the most boring guest ever on that, which I found a little offensive. Come on. I know I'm not that thrilling, but geez. Tonight, guys, I do have the honor. I'm going on Olympia TV tonight with Tarek El Gundy and Dexter Jackson. I got the invite. I'm very, very grateful for Tarek for reaching out to me. Very excited about doing that. I've been on Olympia TV because that's what Dennis's Menace podcast is on, but I've never been on this. What's it called? Olympia Live. I think that's the name of it. I've seen it. I just don't always know the exact names. Samson has left the NWO, which is New World Order, which was an old wrestling federation. Who was it? It was Hulk Hogan, that Razor Ramon guy, whatever he went by. I can't remember. It was a WCW tag team of three guys, a 3-man tag team that was and gone heel to the NWO Wolfpack. I think he blocked them. You're right. Yeah, I mean, does blocking, it goes both ways, right? You can't see their posts and they can't see yours, I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess he was just tired of the drama. Didn't want to deal with that anymore. I was curious. Let's look and see what else people had to say on that on the Instagram comments. This was reposted all over the place. Actually, let's go to Samson's stories for a second, because he was talking about it. He was talking about this move. So let's go up here. Oh, how do I turn on the volume? Oh no. How do I turn on the volume, guys? Oh, I just do that.
And what we got today, special delivery is in the house.
Oh, now I was just going to
Yes. And next up we have for this. So right.
Here's that. All right, that. Okay, hang on, guys.
Right, guys. Good morning. How's it going? How y'all doing, man? Welcome back home for a really quick pit stop, man. So yes, we got home yesterday afternoon, and it's nice being home for a short time, but it's a very short one. So I only got today. We got today to pretty much unpack our bags and repack our bags, because we're traveling off to Pittsburgh first thing tomorrow. So we are not done. Another traveling right next one day at home, basically. This is just a pit stop. But yes, so heading off Pittsburgh this weekend, Pittsburgh guest posing. Yes, it's gonna be a lot of fun, man. You can already see it. It's we got a lot of people showing up at that show. A lot of pros are gonna be there. And Pittsburgh every year, man, it happens every year, and it's a special event. So this is gonna be no different. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It's gonna be a lot of fun, man. It's officially, this is my official 8th week of being off and cleared out, man, for this year's Olympia. Now, I know, a lot of you guys been asking, what did I think of Kuwait? Man, it was on the chain. Kuwait was awesome, man. And yes, I will be going back there for prep. I will be going back there to actually get this done. And yes, I will be joining Oxygen team. So yeah, for all those people that have asked for such a long time, I am doing that. And you know what? We're going to do this. And I believe them guys definitely have what it takes to push me to the limit. And even though we're going to be there, I'm going to train in there, my coach is still going to be the lady over there. She is still going to be coaching me. Yes, because I want it clear right now and settle it out. Like I said, when I know, you know. So yes, Mel will be coaching me, and the guys will be in Kuwait will be helping me out, and that is official. So damn right, let's make this year one hell of a year, and I'm excited to do this. Let's go. So you know what, man? Yeah, this is happening. We're excited. It's a new chapter. It's a new life. Draw a line under the old one. Forget all the bullshit, and let's look all positive, and let's move on to the next chapter of our lives, man. We've come a long way, and there's still a long way left to go. And you know what, man? I'm excited. And I'm happy. I have a peaceful life. I have a happy life. I have the best people around me. And you know what, man? What else do I need? So you know what? Let's do this. Man. Let's show them what we're about. Let's do this. Let's go.
Yeah, so there you have it, guys. So, I mean, thanks, Jen. So, Jen Gerisi, the person typically behind the scenes of this channel, just so you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Samson. A lot of people, I'm sure, are up in arms, like, oh no, his wife's going to coach him. Oh, they think it's doom and gloom, that he's screwed now. Come on, guys. If you really think the coach that you choose makes that much of a difference, is that critical to the success of the athlete, I don't believe so. Only if someone is just like clueless. But Samson has he worked with Milos for years. He worked with the late John Meadows, both of them extremely knowledgeable guys that he learned. I'm sure he learned so much from them. And Marlena's been there every step of the way. She's been taking mental notes. She's been seeing his body respond to every variable of training, of the food that he puts in his body, the supplements, all that stuff. So I think Marlena, Mel as he called her, is more than capable of being his coach. And he's going to have the team there inside Oxygen Gym pushing him very, very hard in the workouts. If you've seen the workout videos, any of the workout videos from inside Oxygen Gym, they don't play around in there. I mean, that's all they're there to do, is to train as hard as humanly possible. And, Abdullah is one of them. Ahmad Askar, the general, is another coach there that puts people through the workouts. I think there's a guy named Chemo. They're all amazing at what they do, and they know how to push these guys. Whereas I don't know if Samson can push himself that hard on his own. Most people can't push themselves as hard by them on their own in the gym as they can with a really good trainer, because you don't want to let that trainer down. You don't want to punk out, and you'll do exactly what you're told. And a lot of times you don't know what's coming next in the workout or even in a set. So you can't really mentally save anything or pace yourself because you didn't even know it was coming. Whereas if you know, okay, I'm going to do this drop set, I'm going to do this super set, you might sort of pace yourself or save something. But when a coach says, all right, and he drops the weight, keep going, you're like, oh, shit, you just keep going. Despicable me. Samson went to Dr. Jim so his wife can coach the entire Camel Crew. No, she's not coaching the entire Camel Crew. They have other coaches there. But that was a great theory. Our stuff, I wish Samson would have left Milos on better terms. Milos seemed to hold him in high regard. On Dennis's podcast, actually might be a good choice. Just thinks pro, more mental, getting lean. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you hear rumors, you don't know what's true or not. Did he cheat on his diet? Did he slack on his cardio? I've heard all that, but I don't, who knows? Where's that rumor coming from? Because the only people that would really know, I guess Milos would know if Samson told him. But other than that, Samson and Marlena would be the only ones who really know. He's not training with Hadi. Hadi's in Iran. That's a whole different country. Samson has zero respect from all of us, a blue-collar fellow. And money and attention getting to his head, the beginning of the end, a joke now. Oh, boy. Wow. That's rough. Fasting. Great to see you. Oh, fasting frugivore. I thought you were fasting, Jen. Don't fast. I don't believe in intermittent fasting. Yeah. So, I mean, great things ahead for Samson. I mean, change can only be a good thing. And he Milos took him very, very far. Took him from a B-list guy, put a ton more mass on him, filled out his frame, took him all the way to an Arnold Classic win, and then second at the Arnold to Hadi, and third place at the Olympia. Took him, 2 top 5 Olympia showings, and third place is very, very close to winning the Olympia. So, he did everything he could with Milos, and he just wants to try a different approach now. So I hope people can understand that. He's doing what he feels is best for him. She got Psycho Lewis, who got injured Jack So Condition Arnold 2023. I don't believe Psycho was his coach. I believe that was his trainer. But Andrew Jack's coach is Chris Aceto. Chris handled the diet and all that, not Psycho Lewis, Chris. Chris is an amazing trainer. He puts people through the paces. He trains their asses off, but I do not believe he was responsible for the condition that we saw. Fasting for a friend in the chat. Fasting frugivore, yeah. Davey Mize, I saw you spotting your son squat here. He's going to take up on it. Yeah. My son actually, it's on my Instagram, which is, where's that? Yeah. My son he wants to compete in classic physique. He's 5'7". He's about 160 pounds. He's got a good structure. He just doesn't have a ton of muscle mass. He's drug-free for life. He hasn't touched anything. And I want to keep him drug-free for life. I don't want him ever using, to be honest with you. Keep him natural. He's got a tiny little waist, good clavicle width. He's getting some really good leg size, good delts, chest, arms. Like me, the arms are kind of lagging. Back, he needs to fill in his back. I won't let him compete until his back is looking better and thicker. He's got good width, which is, that's a lot of people have good width, but thickness. So yeah, he's been actually training for 10 years. 14 years old, I started dragging him in the gym. I think he was 13. Very light in the first couple of years, full body workouts. Just want him to do something, because he had already tried, baseball, soccer. He did taekwondo for a few years till he got his black belt. But I want him to train with weights, not necessarily to be a bodybuilder. That was his choice. He wants to be a bodybuilder himself. I got to get rid of the banner, don't I? Okay, back to your comments. Oh, hey Jen, hey Raymond. Yeah, Samson has a house. He bought that house shortly after winning the Arnold last year. I know he put it in a bunch of his videos. He's got an awesome car. Does he have a McLaren? Is that what he drives? Is it a Ferrari or is it a Mercedes McLaren? I think it's a McLaren. Some awesome supercar. But yeah, he has a house, a nice house in the London area, I think. Yeah, I mean, he's going to compete naturally, and NPC just started with natural shows, but we also have organization around here called OCB. He might do a couple of their shows. I don't see why you can't do both organizations if you're an amateur, unless your ultimate goal is to be an IFBB pro and all that. You really should stick with NPC, but that's not his goal. Doesn't have the genetics for it, and I believe Balder says, I believe the camp knows what to work on, so more rep range, not size based. So looking forward to getting peeled. Yeah, I don't think Samson needs much more size anyway. Maybe a little more in the back. That's really, what else does he need size wise? The guy's like 300 pounds on stage. Just needs to be peeled. Samson owns a home, just bought it not long ago. We love it to lease it or rent it. He doesn't have to. I mean, if they're paying, I'm just throwing out random numbers. I'm pulling these out of my ass. These are not real numbers, but let's say his mortgage is, I'm going to give you a high price. Let's say his mortgage is $5,000 a month or pounds or whatever. He's paying that even if he's not living there. But what if he's being paid a salary to go to Kuwait that's twice that amount? He's still making out. He's not losing money. He's paying on a house that he's not living in, if that's the case. I don't know what he's doing with his house, guys. I have no idea. But he wouldn't be losing money. I feel Samson needs to do what Jay did, train once a day to get conditioned. Twice a day. I don't know if that's the conditioning thing. I don't know what he needs to do, but I suspect it's just coming down lighter, a little bit lighter, just a few more pounds. More cardio, less carbs, less calories. It's a McLaren. Thank you, Samson. Yeah, I thought it was a McLaren because our gym owner, Tim, has a green one. Son be next to Abel Almanetti. No, Abel's got way better genetics than my son. But the video that's on my channel, we got a lot of crap for this. We got a lot of crap for this because he wasn't going down far enough on the reps. And I understand that. I recognize that. I'll just show it to you real quick because we've talked about Samson for like an hour. We're good with Samson for a minute. So let's go to the video in question. Here we go. So that's 300 pounds. It was a new weight for him. Oh, I'm not even showing it. Dumbass, Ron. You dummy. Okay, so here we go. We start it all over again. So it's 300, new weight for him. Doesn't quite go to parallel. Just above parallel. These are not half reps. I don't like I don't like that bend in his spine now that I'm looking at it. That does concern me. He typically goes work sets up to like 275 for 10 reps. He'd been gradually adding like 5 pounds a week and he wanted to try this. So I'm not even touching the bar. So these reps are really, if it's not parallel, they're very, very close. But people were ripping him apart. It got like 18,000 views. And people were saying, no reps done, half reps, bullshit reps. Why doesn't he go all the way down? I don't know. These weren't horrible reps for the brand new weight. 300 pounds. He's 155 pounds here, guys. And that's 300 pounds on the bar. So cut the kid a little slack. Anyway, Samson was going up with or without Milos. Milos had few leave him. Jen Shed wasn't interested. Samson got loads, contracts get off it. Never got him bang on. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is Milos got him into really good condition, but not great condition. Not the condition that you're like, wow, inside out, peeled, dry. Didn't look like that. That's what we wanted to see. That's what's going to potentially win him the Olympia. If he shows up with that crazy, dry, grainy condition that we've never seen before, he's a much taller and wider man than Derek or Hadi. He's a lot taller and wider than Nick even. So, and he's got really nice shape. So, guy with awesome shape, structure. He's tall, he's wide, and he gets in a crazy, crazy shredded condition. I don't know if that can be beat. We'll see. What Samson needs to have top-notch conditioning. Yes, Oxygen not known for that. So you look like 400-pound water. Well, he's not going to be the one. It's still his wife coaching him. So it doesn't matter what Oxygen Gym's known for because they're just putting him through the workouts. He's staying there. He's going to have the whole crew's, mental support, financial support, pushing him through the workouts every day, but Marlena, his wife, is still the one coaching him. So it's irrelevant that Oxygen Gym people who are coached by their coaches aren't known for spectacular condition, supposedly. It's irrelevant here because they're not coaching him. Marlena, his wife, is coaching him. Well, this is Samson, a solid 275 on stage, would be flex wheelers. Yeah, so if you figure he's been right around, he's been like 295 or 300 the last few times we've seen him on stage. And I don't know if he needs to go all the way down to 275, but let's say like 285. 285 would still be like 10 pounds lighter than we've seen him at the last few outings. 10 pounds of just pure water and fat with all that muscle still there. Yeah, that would be crazy. I don't know who would be beating that. That would be very, very tough to beat. Very tough to beat. Anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go walk the dog and do all that good stuff. So please, if you're watching this on the replay, leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Good idea, bad idea. Wife, Marlena, coaching him, good idea, bad idea. Who do you think should have coached him? Do you think this is a great move to be isolated over there and be basically in a training camp situation for the Olympia with zero distractions, nothing to do except eat, sleep, train, repeat? I personally think it's a good move. We'll find out, of course. Samson will look stringy, I feel. Yeah, I don't think he needs to go to 275. That's too low for him. So, yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to take off. So remember, please subscribe, like, share, ring that bell, the notification bell so you know when the videos are coming out, do all that good stuff. And, of course, none of that costs you a dime. It helps me out. And please give your boy a follow on Instagram at Ron Harris Muscle, just like the name of this channel. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this breaking news, even though it broke yesterday. Still important thing to talk about. He is a very, very top athlete in the sport, and this was a big, big announcement, a big change for him. So we're going to find out how this pans out. So thanks for watching, guys. See you right here on the